Good morning, my garden friends, and welcome to my Sunday morning backyard garden tour. I decided to start the garden tour right here because I have so many beautiful and fun things to show you, starting with a brand new door that my granddaughter actually created. And then I'm going to show you my beautiful petunias that are blooming off the hook. And I even named my farm animals. Thanks to you for all of your suggestions. But first, I don't know if you've seen the video, but my granddaughter created this brand new door for me using recycled paints and her handprints. Next time, I think we're going to do another door using her feet. But what I love most about this door, and we didn't do this in the video because we thought about this afterwards. We went to the Dollar Tree and we bought all these cute little gems, and she just stuck those on yesterday. So I think that just added such a nice touch to this door. John calls this the Skittle door. I called it the Clown door, but one of my viewers said it looks like a birthday cake or a birthday party door. I thought that was really fun too. And here are my beautiful petunias, starting with the wave petunias in these hanging baskets. Now, I know last week's garden tour, some of you asked me, what are all the pretty green plants that are hanging down? Well, these are Creeping Jenny and some Vinca minor. One pot has Creeping Jenny and one pot has Vinca minor. And I just think the greenery, when it gets long, it looks like a beautiful waterfall. And in this vintage bathtub, I have Proven Winners Supertunia Vista bubblegum, one plant in the center, and on each end I have the jazzberry. You know, when I first planted the jazzberry and the bubblegum together, I didn't like it. I wanted to plant 3 bubblegum in there, but the store ran out. So I said, oh, okay, I'll just get the jazzberry. And I'm really happy I did. It's like an explosion of color. And below the wave petunias, in those pots, I'm growing Vinca. Now I have a really important tip for you about Vinca that I've never mentioned in my other videos, so I think it's really important for you to hear this now. Vinca plants do not like to be overwatered. I water the petunias in these hanging baskets every single day, but the Vinca I probably water every 3rd day, even in California in this hottest summer heat. What happens if you overwater Vinca? They'll start to kind of shrivel up. And I learned this because when I saw my Vinca shriveling up, I'm thinking, they need more water. Then I gave them more water and they shriveled up even more. And it just kept repeating. Then finally, they just kind of disintegrated. So if you ever notice your Vincas are just kind of shriveling up, I'll show you another one right over here in my other vintage bathtub. Don't overwater them. You're probably loving them to death. When they need more water, they'll start to wilt a little bit and you'll know. But if they start to shrivel up, you gave them too much water. So here's a perfect example of a Vinca that got too much water. And this next one did not. I guess when I watered this vintage bathtub, the water collected in that corner and it just destroyed the roots of that Vinca. Now, before I go to the back side of my yard, I just want to show you that I have beautiful dahlias. This one is not blooming yet, but over in this pot, I do have a dahlia that is blooming. So pretty. And below that, I have Canterbury Bells and Supertunia Lovey-Dovey, which I'm not quite sure if I like those or not. I like the flower, but they just don't perform as well as the bubblegum and jazzberry. I guess I got spoiled. I'm struggling with this strawberry pot. It just doesn't seem like I can keep it watered. So I might remove those and actually plant succulents in there. There's my beautiful dahlia. Now let me talk to you about what I named my farm animals. This is Freya the farmer. It's my scarecrow garden. And behind her, I am going to add another door right there. It's going to be purple. That's why that space is open. And we might add my grandchildren's footprints. But this is Freya the farmer. And I just made her with old clothes and some rebar sticks, and I got her face on Amazon. It's actually tin, and I made her hair using yarn from the thrift store. I got these cute sunflower decorations at Dollar General. And John got these farm animals for me at the Tractor Supply. But it was all you viewers who said, Liz, are you going to name your farm animals? And I'm thinking, I wasn't thinking of that, but yeah, what a cute idea. So I have to, when I name things, I have to have the what it is with the name the same letter, like Freya Farmer, FF. And one person suggested Lottie the Lamb or Lucy the Lamb, and I went with Lottie the Lamb. But I was completely stumped on the pig. My friend Diane said, what about Porky the pig or Miss Piggy? And then another person suggested Pinky the pig, which I loved. But it was Janice who suggested, what about naming the pig Petunia the pig? So I said, I'll ask my granddaughter. And my granddaughter said, yeah, Grandma, I like Petunia the pig. So that is Petunia the pig, thanks to Janice. And whenever you guys leave me comments, I read every single comment and I respond to every single comment. So I want to say thank you for talking to me through the comment section. I love hearing from you. So thank you, Janice. It's Petunia the pig. Now let's see what's going on in the back of my garden. And one more time, if you've never grown wave petunias in hanging baskets, I highly recommend trying them. In this little corner, I'm growing succulents, and a couple coleus is in front. And here's a backside view of my little succulent garden that I was telling you about, my little succulent corner garden. John bought a lot of those pots for me at the nursery. They're absolutely beautiful. But you know, succulents, you just water once a week and you leave them alone. Inside the center is a beautiful pink cordyline. But yeah, you know, living in California with the heat and my age, I'm starting to really appreciate succulents because they're such a no-fuss plant. Oh, there's a little piece that fell right there, but that's okay because I'll pop that in the ground and grow more, which I have done right here. Just a little piece fell in there and look at how big it got. So I might add more to my garden, that's for sure. Plus, they're free. And over there is my water fountain garden. The sun hasn't quite popped up yet, so it hasn't kicked in the solar. And above that is my white Natchez crepe myrtle tree, which is beginning to bloom. And on the left of that is another crepe myrtle tree. That's called Dynamite Red. I have some lily turf growing under the crepe myrtle tree. A cute little orange rose, a miniature rose. And growing over the arbor are clematises, and they're blooming. I'm so excited. I kind of forgot what color those were. The blooms seem to be a little bit small, but hey, I won't complain. It's like the first blooms. And over here in my succulent barrel, I am going to remove those. Those are getting fried with the sun. So yeah, I'm going to take those out and clean up the bottom. But look at what's inside the barrel. I have some mangauve because those can tolerate 115 temperature weather, whereas most succulents can't. But I planted 3 portulaca, however you pronounce that. It's like a succulent that makes these beautiful, hot neon colored flowers. So I think those look so beautiful contrasted against the mangavi. And just look at all the beautiful texture in here with the rocks and the prickly cactus and the mangavi. Just so many textures and colors. That's why I'm really loving succulents. And if you'll notice, my Gara is starting to bloom. Look at how tall those shoots got. It's just beginning to bloom, and that thing is so beautiful. I absolutely love Gara. Oh my goodness, my zinnias are blooming too. What a surprise. I planted zinnias in this bed and they're blooming. How exciting. And that is a fig tree. I recently removed my pugster butterfly bush because it was just too crowded. And I'm going to gift my girlfriend Diane with that. She has a room in her garden for it. So if I take you over to my succulent propagation station, there is Diane's butterfly bush waiting for me to deliver it to her. And behind the butterfly bush is my succulent propagation station, where I stacked 3 benches, and it's just a little area where I grow fun little things in pots and propagate succulents. Do you ever get tired of me repeating myself? I know in my garden tours, I always tell you what everything is, and if you continue to watch my videos, I may sound like a broken record, but I guess for anybody who's new, I just want you to know what's going on in my backyard. See how whimsical these Gara flowers are? They're just so whimsical and pretty. Oh, and they got so tall this year. And this area in my garden is called my happy place. Just a fun little area where I collect colored bottles and watering cans. Yeah, and just some license plates and saws that I got at a yard sale, and I painted Home Sweet Home on them, and just a lot of fun stuff. And Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. I couldn't imagine doing any of this earth stuff without having God in my life. Well, that's my garden tour today. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a beautiful day in your garden too. Bye.